In this video, I'm going to talk about what it's like to live in Sunnyvale, California. Stay tuned. If we haven't met, I'm Manisha. Welcome to my channel. In this channel, I talk about everything Bay Area, California. I talk about working, living, eating, dining, sleeping, chilling here in Bay Area. So if you're looking to move here to Bay Area from across the country or even within the Bay Area, from one county to another, do give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, or ping us on WhatsApp or Signal, and we will help you. We will assist you around the various suburbs here based on your housing needs, your working situation and working location, and find you a house that best suits the lifestyle that you desire. Alright, let's get rolling. What is it like to live here in Sunnyvale, California? One of the major scoring points for Sunnyvale is its location. So Sunnyvale is located at the southernmost tip of the peninsula here in the Bay Area, and it is close to Cupertino and Mountain View, which has excellent schools. So if your house is in anywhere closer to these suburbs, then you will probably be served by the schools from these school districts. And then you have Palo Alto and Menlo Park, and that's where most of the startups are based. And down south you have San Jose, and up in the north you have San Francisco. And if you have international flyers, you can choose to either fly from San Jose International Airport or San Francisco International Airport. Of course, both in San Jose and San Francisco you have a lot of companies who have their international offices located. In Sunnyvale itself you have two tech giants that have their global headquarters, that's the LinkedIn and Yahoo. Now that naturally brings us to the next point, commute. Now Sunnyvale is in the middle of all of these cities, awesome suburbs, and let's see how easy or difficult it is to travel from Sunnyvale to these suburbs. So like any suburb, Sunnyvale doesn't have that great public transport system, but that said, you have Caltrain, you have VTA, and you have of course the public transport buses. All of these are available at a frequency of 20 minutes. If you're close to these, then of course the commute is much easier. Otherwise you will have to come to these stations and then travel from there to wherever you want to go. The fares for the VTA and the Caltrain is available in the link that is appearing now on the screen. Based upon the seasons, you will also find some seasonal passes available in these systems. 101 freeway and El Camino Real pass through the suburbs. So based on which neighborhood you are located and where in the suburb you are located, you will have easy or not so easy access to these highways or freeways. Wherever you are located in Sunnyvale, it's highly likely that you are less than 2 miles away from your grocery stores, from your favorite coffee shop, and you will generally have traffic in all the major roads in any neighborhood. Most of the neighborhoods have one or two major roads running through them, and you can expect some traffic on all these major roads. These major roads also have bike lanes, so if you want to bike to your place of work, either in this suburb or in another suburb in say Cupertino for Apple, or something in Mountain View or in Palo Alto, you can always choose to do that. In each of these neighborhoods you will also have at least one major park. So, and the parks are so big, you will definitely be at a walkable distance from at least one of these parks. Many a times when I have showings in Sunnyvale, I take and my husband is free, then I take all of them along, and while I'm out busy showing the clients all the houses, my kids are playing there. It's a change of scenery for them. It's some kind of relaxation for my husband, and by the time I'm done with all the showings, the kids are hungry, and we just go out to the local restaurants there, eat there, and then drive back home, and it becomes kind of a picnic for all of us. All these parks, most of them at least, have a public tennis court attached to each of them. So if you're a tennis enthusiast, you can go ahead, get a membership, and reserve the courts there. You can reserve for singles, you can reserve for doubles, and you can also enroll for some classes. You have all the way from beginner to advanced, and it is also available right from children to adults. Each of these parks that are in the neighborhood is unique in its own way. One has water poles, another has something else, another has big play structures for kids. I mean, all of these have play structures, but in Ortega, for example, the structures are really big, and the park itself is huge, so you can make a picnic out of visiting the Ortega Park. Regarding the booking of the tennis courts, you have to really book much ahead of time, about at least 4 to 5 months ahead, because it's really booked. And one more thing is, if you are a resident of Sunnyvale and you want to play in, of course, the tennis courts in Sunnyvale, then if you produce 2 proofs of residency while registering, you get a discounted resident rate. Coming to other outdoor activities, you have a lot of hiking, biking and walking trails here in Sunnyvale. Parking could be a little challenging. You can occasionally spot deers on these trails, and in some trails like Hetchy Trail, you will have to look out for some of the fast bikers. The SF Bay Trail is also worth mentioning here. It runs for 350 miles and it's along the coast, and and the plan is to increase it to 500 miles to reach 47 cities across Bay Area, covering 9 counties. They intend to make it as a parallel corridor, allowing the residents to use it as an alternate commute. Pedestrians, you can either walk or you can bike, and no, motor vehicles are not allowed. Apart from this, Sunnyvale has about 772 acres of parks and open space available. Okay, talking about all the hiking, biking and walking is making me hungry from where I am sitting. Sunnyvale has an awesome food scenery. It has a downtown. Of course, downtown has everything pretty much to offer. You have Whole Foods here if you want to do some shopping, grocery shopping, and you have AMC Theatre, you have Target, and of course you have the usual restaurants to dine in, and you have coffee shops, and you even have spas, and there are also a couple of apartments that's available right in the middle of downtown. Like I mentioned, you have awesome food scene here, and you have like thousands of varieties of cuisines available. Let me refer to my notes right now because the list is pretty long. You have the usual American, Italian and French, and apart from that you have the usual here in the Bay Area, the Mexican, Indian, Chinese, and then you have Thai, Middle Eastern, Mediterranean, Vietnamese, Persian, Afghani, Japanese, Korean. Of course, there's just mentioning a few. You have quite a bit of Middle Eastern cuisine serving restaurants here, and I think that is something that is a little more special here than the other places. The cuisine is so diverse because the population here is diverse. Let me refer to my notes again to give you right number. About 39% here is white, about 45% is Asian, about 17% is Hispanic, and African Americans account for about 1.6% of the population here in Sunnyvale. The schools here in Sunnyvale are just mediocre, I would say. They are ranked from 1 to 7 across board. A couple of friends that I have down in Sunnyvale, they have their kids going to private schools. Challenger and Stratford are the big players here, so that is where they go. If you have a preschooler, then you have a lot of preschools available on the El Camino rail stretch, and if you have to drop them, you can easily drop them on the way and travel north. And if you are working for tech giants like LinkedIn, Google, Amazon Labs, Facebook. Another thing that I like about Sunnyvale is walking path, and I love having walking paths because if I want to take a stroll, which I mostly do after dinner along with the kids, especially during the summer when the sun doesn't really set until 9 o'clock in the evening, we'd like to go for a stroll, and we don't have to worry about the automobiles that are passing at that hour. Last but not the least is the weather. Of course, we have awesome weather here in Sunnyvale. As the name Sunnyvale suggests, it is sunny here in Sunnyvale. It rains for about 30 days a year. During summer, the temperature is anywhere between 75 to 85 degree Fahrenheit, and during heat wave, it can touch 100 and even go beyond 100. Sometimes it hits 105 degree Fahrenheit, and winters are mild. The temperature is generally between 35 to 50 degree Fahrenheit. It doesn't get frosty, it doesn't snow. So I think that is perfect weather, and you don't have to be worried about the humidity here. It's across the bay, but you don't have to worry about humidity, but you might have to worry about dry weather. Talking about humidity, Beaches are just about 20 minutes away. If you're residing in Sunnyvale, you can either choose to go for Half Moon Bay or Santa Cruz Bay or Santa Cruz Beach. Those are the most popular beaches that people go to here. So if you're looking to move here to Sunnyvale, California and wondering where to live, which neighborhood will probably work the best for you, do give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email or ping us on WhatsApp or Signal. We will help you, assist you, guide you. Even if you are here to just test the waters, right, or just coming here for a visit, let us know, and we can help you find probably an Airbnb based on what you need. And no, we don't get any kickbacks. So we will take into account all your housing needs, your working location and the lifestyle that you prefer, that best suits the lifestyle that you desire. Until next video, stay tuned.